Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm TFR Wilderness, and I'm bringing another KTRT review to you today. So I want to do this one quickly because it's not a particularly big character. It's sort of like an in-betweeny scale. So I want to get on with it. And to start off with, again, want to do a bit of backtracking to a previous review I did, review number 108, which I did on the 24th of March 2017, where I reviewed this guy, and this is TOBOT Original Y. Now I bought him by mistake, thinking I was buying TOBOT Z, because I was really after a TOBOT Z, and I saw this come up at a cheap price, and I thought it was TOBOT Z, and I bought it. When I got it, I realised, oh, I've made a mistake. I did shortly get TOBOT Z afterwards, but I bought this. Now this is a representation of one of the characters from the original TOBOT series, which you can now watch on YouTube, because TOBOT English, there's a YouTube channel called TOBOT English where they are screening episodes of the original TOBOT series with an English dub, so you can now watch it and understand what's going on. I've been watching it again, even though I've seen all the TOBOT episodes before. I'm watching them again now. It's all in English. I can understand what's been going, and they're working their way through. Hopefully they will do all the TOBOT series. I mean, all 18 of them. But the way they're doing the seasons on the TOBOT English channel is slightly different to the way that they were presented on Korean television, because the way the Koreans do seasons is different to the way they do it in the West. But anyway, so if you want to watch TOBOT in English, YouTube, TOBOT English, just go there. I'll probably put a link in the description down below so you can go and watch them at your leisure. Anyway, so yeah, I reviewed this guy. He's a simplified version of the original character. Obviously, the original toy is a lot bigger than this, but it's not particularly good apparently, which is why I didn't want to get it. But I got this guy. He's all right. It's fairly simple, but a basic toy. Now, I haven't got, or I didn't have, a version of Original X, or TOBOT X, the original version, because X and Y have had 3 different versions of the character. They had the original ones, then they got the evolution modes, and then they got their adventure modes. And this sort of mode change or form change happens after on regular intervals, after so many seasons or episodes, and it went on. So this month I wanted to get me some of the remaining TOBOT X characters that I haven't got, and if you look up there, just there, I got Adventure X. He arrived today, but that'll be the focus on my next review. So I've also gone and got TOBOT Original X. So this is him in his car mode, and as you can see, he's a little sort of super deformed Kia Soul in orange, even though on my camera, the way the white balance is set up, it's coming out, it's looking yellow, but it is actually orange. Yeah, it's a little squat little car, blacked out windows, silver wheels, large wheels, pinned, roll really well. It's got painted lights in the back, basic moulding details, blue lamps on the front, and the little space on the front for the tow key. Now, you just come with a tow key, and here it is. It's this very plain grey plastic doohickey. But before we go any further, a quick look at the packaging. So this is the box he came in. Obviously, this is the Korean version of the toy. And it shows you there as the tow key being a chrome, sort of gold chrome colour, but as you can see, it's just a plain grey plastic thing. It's got all sorts of illustrations of the car mode and the robot mode, car mode, robot mode, and the was it Ryan in the English version? He's called Ryan. And then on the back, you've got the robot mode. CGI render of the character from the show, by the way, not an actual picture of the toy that you get in the box. And yeah, so that's the packaging, fairly straightforward, plastic bubble inside, not more you can say about it. So here's the car mode, very simple, it's quite solid, reasonably heavy, not more you can say about it. Now, part of the gimmick of TOBOTs is they come with this tow key, which in the show the kid inserts it into the slot on the vehicle, and the vehicle then transforms. Now, in early TOBOT toys, the actual tow key was used to unlock the transformation on the figures, but on the later toys, not so much. It's more of a token gesture. It's just a slot. You know, you can just put the token and pretend you're transforming it, but it doesn't actually do anything, because when you press it, it doesn't actually unlock anything. So yeah, it's just a token effort, token gesture. Just stick it in there. You can't turn it, you can't push it. It just sticks in there. Not much more you can say about that. So yeah, car mode, can't really say much more about it. It's a short, fat Kia Soul, yeah, in orange. So yeah, let's get into transformation now. You really need to sort of start at the back, sort of split the legs, and then start pulling things apart. So then you can bring the legs out, and then you've got the heels, and then you bring the feet back, come around the front, pull the arms out to the side, got the waist, bring it down and clip that in, straighten out the legs, bring the arms round, and then head reveal. Oh yeah, got to flip this up, and then head reveal, pop, and there we go. And there is TOBOT X in his robot mode, and decent looking figure. Looks reasonably close to his CGI render. They have taken a few liberties in the engineering of this mold, obviously, because if you look at the CGI model, one, the colours, on the CGI model his thighs are white, the X on his crotch is black, he's got like some blue sort of knee caps and like an orange piece on his shins. These bits of the car are sort of up by his thighs. Yeah, the lights are different. There's paint differences between the two, and obviously they've taken liberties with some of the placement of the kibble for the the robot designs to make the toy work in this scale. Now, he's a colourful little dude, a little orange bot. He's about, size comparison, he's about equivalent to a Voyager, I suppose, or no, a large deluxe. So there he is next to Combiner Wars Megatron, my usual sort of size comparison. And obviously now they're in bot mode, put him next to original Y. So those two are together. Now, articulation. This wouldn't be a TOBOT without some frozen articulation joints. But we'll start with the legs first. Rather than go from the top down, we'll go from the bottom up. So the feet, they are on a ratchet. They do ratchet backwards and forwards. There is a heel spur, but it just sort of clicks in the out position. So you've got a little bit of movement there. By the way, I had to, when I got this, the ratchets didn't work on the ankles properly. I had to take them apart and I had to sort of file down because it was a very sharp sort of pawl on the ratchet. I had to sort of file down one of the edges, round it off to get it to work properly because it was jamming up. But anyway, so moving up, let's put them out. Hips. Now, I've got a decent spread, and the hips go forwards and they go back. Obviously, he's got knees, but they go 90 degrees forward, but they only go about 45 degrees back, and they've got like a soft ratchet on the knees. Now, he does have a waist joint, and it is a proper waist joint. It's not there because of transformation. It is a proper waist joint, so that's one plus point. Now, the arms. Shoulders, they do that. The arms on a very tight ratchet, they go around like that. And when you look at this guy's sort of forearms, you think, yeah, he's got working elbows, hasn't he? Surely he has. I mean, that looks like he's got like ball jointed elbows, or at least a a pivot joint. No, no, no. This guy's got fixed arms. They do not move. Bit of a disappointment. Now I've actually taken one of the arms apart to have a look inside, and this black piece that forms, the upper arm and the fist is one piece of plastic, and you have the white pieces for the forearm, which sort of screw and clip around it, and it all screws into the door piece. Now I reckon because the round bit there, it's actually like a round piece, and I reckon if you chopped a few bits of plastic out, you could and unscrewed it from the door on this outer screw, I reckon you could probably get some working elbows out of this. You could probably modify it and have him with some working elbows. So I might have a look at this later on, see if I can modify it and get some working elbows. But anyway, yeah, so he doesn't have working elbows, sadly, which TOBOT Y does. But then again, TOBOT Y's, his shoulders are restricted. They do not go backwards and forwards. Yeah, so it swings and roundabouts for these things. Another frozen joint, yeah, the head is fixed, the head does not move. So yeah, there's that. It's a decent little figure. It's fairly well made, decently colourful. I think they've missed some paint apps. Yes, it's got some frozen articulation joints. A little bit more effort. You could easily have been given working elbows, maybe even a head rotation, and then this figure would have been all right. But as it stands, it's a typical TOBOT figure. That's just what they're like. You've got to come to expect these things. As this is a smaller figure than the big TOBOT figures, it's slightly simplified. But yeah, it is what it is. So there we go. That is my review of TOBOT Original X. He's okay. Price wise, you can get it for around about, depending on the seller. I mean, there's some sellers selling this for like over 30 quid. Don't even go there. You only want to pay much more than about 25 quid for this guy. That's about as much as you want to pay. Like I said, it's not a full size TOBOT. It's only like a small scale one. I don't suppose I've got another size comparison I can do. Yeah, and there he is next to RID Blastwave. I mean Bludgeon, sorry. So you can see, yeah, he's bigger than the Deluxe. Not by much. But there it is. So yeah, that's been my review of this guy. Before I go, a couple of little things I want to say. You can probably see up there, Ultra Magnus trailer is now in one piece. I have put it back together. I did it, when did I do it? Was it last weekend? I have filmed it, or bits of it, and I've got like, I think it's about 80 minutes of video clips I've got to edit together to make it like a 20-minute video. So yeah, there is that. So that will be coming at some point. Now I've also, over the last week or so, I've also been working on these, my TF archive old lists from 2014 to 2015, because I like to do my lists. Back in when I first started collecting, I decided, I'm going to keep records of all my Transformer collecting activities, and I did. But the way I did it was I had separate categories for each of my things that I bought, and there was 8 categories in total. I mean, you had like retail, eBay, car boot, websites, conventions, toy fairs, other collectors, and miscellaneous. So 8 separate lists that I was running to note down everything that I bought for my TF collection. And it got very complex, and towards the back end of 2015, a number of discrepancies crept into my list keeping system, and it all went to that shit. And it got so bad, and I couldn't find the discrepancies. It got so bad that I decided to change to the current system I use, which is a master list, which is where I have a single list where I just note everything down in chronological order as I buy it. So I've been sorting out the paperwork. I'm probably going to do a chewing the fat on this, because I really want to. It's been something I want to get off my chest for a while. So I'm thinking about doing a chewing the fat where I explain all about what went on there. Yeah, and then obviously then there's another review because yeah, I've got TOBOT Adventure Y as well, and obviously he's up there, so he's going to be the focus of the next review. So yeah, that's been me, TFR Wilderness. Hopefully you've enjoyed the review of this thing, and I will catch you next time. Ta-da.